Hello everyone and welcome. I'm so glad to see you here again. Whether you're joining me right after upload or a couple years down the road, it doesn't matter. I am so glad to see you here at this video. I am going to show you my favorite makeup. This is Seint's cream makeup. I know my compact looks a little messy, but that's because I use it every day. And these are the colors, minus that one, that I use daily, at least in the spring or summer. If you're looking to try Seint's foundation, if you've heard about it or if you're just finding out about it, please know you need a color match. Now, I am an artist. I am affiliated with them. So if you have any questions about anything I use, or if you want to purchase anything that I use in my videos, please reach out to me. Let me know. I will get you more information on what you want and send you the link. You can shop for yourself and purchase for yourself, but we do recommend that a color match be something you do before you purchase, because that way we can choose the right colors for your skin tone. Now, I'm sure that no one would think that I would be using the colors that I am. I'm going to swatch them here on my arm real quick. So I use two different highlight colors. And so the first one I use, oh, of course I do it too far in. This one is called White Peach, and this one is called Candlelit. And I'm sure that they look very, as strong as I applied it to my arm there. They can look very off-putting, and you would think that I needed a lighter foundation color and brightener color, but I promise you it's going to look great. I'm going to feature today my favorite brush. All I'm doing is the foundation today. I am not doing any eyeshadows or anything like that. I am just doing my basic hack. This is something I do every day. I do add eyeshadow on before work. Some days it's very minimalistic and some days it is very vibrant. So we will of course get into more of those as we go, but I want to show you how quick and easy this foundation makes makeup. And I will tell you one thing, I was never a makeup person. I applied it maybe a few times a year for special occasions, and what I was wearing was not what I should have been. Being a redhead, I chose the lightest of the light for foundations, and I would only use green or brown eyeshadows, and I would only use one or two at a time. And when I did put them on, they were not, I just kind of put it on willy-nilly because I had no idea. So it wasn't as put together of a look. I also wore this garish red lipstick that just was not the right tone for me. So I went in the past year from not knowing anything about makeup, and believe me, contouring was not a thing for me at all until last year. And I have learned so much in this past year, and I have such an easy routine that it is not even funny. Well, actually it is, because I'm the one laughing when I get to sleep an extra half an hour for work instead of doing my makeup. So first things first, I'm going to start with Seint's setting spray. So this is called Stay Spray. And I just take a couple of pumps of it in my hand and I rub it all over my face. And then, of course, I want it to dry before I put on anything else. So I usually sit here flapping my hands like a wacky bird needing to go to the loony bin, but you know, it dries it faster, right? I need one of those little portable fans that we used to carry around back when I was a kid. Like, you know, it hung all around your neck and you could just turn it on and go, woo. That would be perfect for this. So I'm almost dry, except for in a few of my lines around my eyes. But that's okay. All right. So there we go. We are dry. That is the setting spray. You can use it before or after. I love using it before because it actually makes things stick a lot better. I'm also going to do my eyebrows, so you will see a little bit of a feature of the line brush here, because I never ever go anywhere without my eyebrows now. I was scared to try it at first, but I cannot go anywhere without my eyebrows done. So I'm just going to take at the very underside of the hair. I just trimmed with my tinkle razor, so my shape is a little bit better. It was getting a little bit out of hand. And so I line along the bottom and then I start creating the shape at the point and work my way towards the arc and then the inner point of my brow. That has seemed to be the best. And what I'm using is actually my contour. Now I'm using olive contour. So I use my contour not only for creating dimension and shadows to elude a slimmer face, I also use it to fill in my eyebrows. And if you are getting a color match, pardon me, oftentimes we base the contour on the color of your hair. Now, if you have your hair dyed, that is totally fine. We also take a little bit of that from the tones on your face and what have you. There are multiple reasons why we choose the contour for you. Now, that one you can play around with a little bit, but you want to be careful because there are cool tones and warm tones, and you don't want to get, if you need a cool tone, you don't want to get a warm tone, and vice versa, or else it can mess with the look that you are trying to create. So again, here, just going to take and create that shape. Look at how flawless that went. This is the easier side because obviously I am right-handed. So creating these shapes are a whole lot easier on the right-hand side. And again, working from the point, if you do go a little over what you want to, don't worry about that. We will get there. We will fix it as we do the rest of our makeup. Honestly, you don't have to sit and play with it for hours. All right, so we're almost done here. And don't worry if they're not perfectly symmetrical. They're sisters, not twins. You can always, this one I'm going to add a little further down because I do have this one further down and I want them to look similar. But I mean, even my eye sockets are not exactly alike, and that is nature. So don't worry if you're not perfectly symmetrical. Close is okay. So there we go. All right. So as you can see, they are not perfectly aligned. I also find that I have one eyebrow that's higher than the other, so if I can get them close, it's a good day. So the next point we're obviously going to move over to the buff brush. And I'm going to take and put my color correct, which is actually one of our lip and cheek colors. So I take it on my finger and then I'm going to just dab it on those dark circles and then spread it out a little bit. Now, obviously, this is a lot darker than I would normally put it on. I put way too much on my finger. But that's okay. It will blend. As you can see, I've blended it into my skin a bit more, so it's a little less vibrant. And just do the same with the other side. I try to be careful not to drag my skin too much because, of course, you don't want to be pulling it too hard and damaging it. You don't want to cause any bruising or something like that if you're prone to bruising. I have actually done that myself where I had a little bruise from being too rough with my under eyes. That skin is very, very thin. Feeling it's you got to be careful with around your eyes. You really do. So now the buff brush, your bigger end is for obviously the main coverage. The smaller end is for your contour, and it's going to create that fine sculpting contour that gives your face shape a lot more dimension, and it creates a thinner face. Like, believe me, when you see how it looks after I've contoured, it's crazy. Like, I look a lot thinner in here. So I'm going to go in first here with my Brightener Highlight. So the Brightener Highlight obviously is my white peach. It's the lighter color. You want to dab into the cream, not swipe, because if you swipe, you're going to get too much product on your brush at one time, and you don't want that. The one thing you really want is less product. Less is more. So I am going to start with my under eyes and dab that. Again, that's going to help with any wrinkles underneath your eyes. Try not to swipe too much, and if you are swiping, it's a dab swipe. And you want to put that into a triangle of brightener under your eye. And you see how that has already hidden a lot of the dark circles. It hides the color correct, and for the most part hides my deep set eyes. Like this little groove here, that is actually where my eye socket starts. Like I can feel the bone right here. It's starting. So that's something that I can't hide or get rid of too well. It does hide a lot more once I powder under my eyes, which we will get to. That is something I do every day because of the lines and the deep set eyes. It helps. It does not make it perfect. I think the only way to make it look perfect would be to use fillers, and that's not something I'm looking to do. I want to showcase me, just the best parts of me. So again, just in a triangle here. Ta-da! So much more awake already. So the next place you want to put your brightener will be right in the middle of your forehead, between your eyebrows. And then down the nose just a little bit. I can hear my little guy, mommy, daddy, mommy, daddy. All right, so then also going to go right on the Cupid's bow. And don't worry if it doesn't look fully blended. As you're going, it will look blended at the end. Once you get the rest of it on. So then we're gonna go right here on the chin. And then the next thing we're going to do, I'm going to just kind of take a little bit of that color out of my brush because I want to move on to my main highlight, which is Candlelit here. And no, I'm not sick. I actually inhaled some of my water, so I've got a tickle in my throat. Like, I haven't gotten all of it out yet, but it's just sitting right there. So please excuse my hemming. So I'm going to take and put my main highlight pretty much everywhere I did not put my brightener. Except for my eyelids. We'll get to those. And just make sure you blend the lines between your main and your brightener at where they meet. Now, I do like to get a full coverage, so I take and put my main highlight over where I will contour and put my blush. You do not have to do that, and I will show you that another day with another video. Likely with a different brush, because there are so many good brushes and I love them so much. All right, so you see how that line is blended. You would not expect those colors to have actually blended so well into my skin tone, but look at how amazing that looks. If you look the difference between sides. Let's continue, get the rest of it going. And then we're done. So again, I just like to pretty much everywhere. I'm going to actually go along the hairline, even though I'm going to put contour up there as well. It just adds that extra layer of coverage if you're looking for that full coverage look. I also do not worry about my freckles. I love the fact that my freckles show through without having everything else show through. I am a redhead and I love it, and I embrace my freckles. And again, just dabbing so we're not getting too much product at one point, because otherwise then it does make it hard to blend out. just small amounts at a time so that you know you're not adding too much. Now, if you do add too much, that's okay. We'll get to that as well. Because sometimes, no matter how careful you are, you add a little excess product. All right, so this is the last little area. I'm going to add the main highlight on. And then we're going to move into contour. So we flip the brush and go straight to the small side. And I'm going to take and dab into my contour. Now, contouring is all based on your face shape. It all depends on, round face, oval face, square face, what have you. Even contouring between males and females is totally different if you're looking to keep the masculine cheekbones and jawline. That is all up to you. You can also take, and I've seen women use these products and make themselves look like a male. And you could do the same with male to female, if that was what you were looking for. So here I'm taking my contour, just the teeniest, tiniest dab, and I am blending it upwards along the jawbone. We'll get there yet in a couple of seconds, but cheekbone for now. Cheekbones. And so I am not a huge fan of overly strong contour lines. Now this is still strong to me, but it is a good strong. It is a gentle strong. So it's tough and visible, but it is still soft and feminine for me. So then the next spot we're gonna go is the jawline. We got there. So I take and very lightly brush it along, and then I blend down into the neck. Now, I find that in summer, more often than not, I do have to take my main highlight and go down the neck a little bit. My face gets obviously more tan than my neck. I'm usually standing if I'm outside and I'm working on something. So I just take a little bit of my main highlight down the neck to help even things out. So there we go. All right, finish with the jawline, because as you can see, this side of my face has so much more dimension than this side. It is quite different. But it's a subtle difference. And that is what I prefer. Now, I know that some people like a stronger contour line, and that is totally fine. I believe my sister-in-law is one of those who prefers a stronger contour line than I do, and that is totally okay. It looks better on her than it does on me. And then I'm going to hide this double chin a little bit. So I contour all the way across from ear to ear, just a little bit. Less is more. And if you're like me and had no idea about contouring in the first place, and you're just learning, if you can't find or see where your cheekbones are, either suck in your cheeks like this, and you'll see a little bit of that line, or as I like to do, I smile. Nice and wide, you're gonna see where your contour should start, right along there. Also, a good way to go is start at about I start mine right here. So halfway through your ear, that is a good spot for me to remember. So then it's, I line and blend upwards. So we need a little bit more to even things out because obviously it's not as strong at the front as it is at the back. And then of course I do want it a little more even, so I gotta bring it up here a little more and blend it in a little bit. There we go. So that is the basic hack. For the most part, I've got to, if I'm going to do eyeliner and eyeshadow, I prime my lids. I used to do it with my Brightener Highlight, but I found that using contour actually makes it last longer. The contour is not as loose as the highlights. The highlights, I find they are a lot less thick and sticky. They are definitely creamier, but the contours are supposed to be a little bit stickier because you don't want them going anywhere, whereas the foundation is for your whole face. So you could technically use your contour as your eyeshadow as well. Add a little bit of mascara and you are basically done. For me, I always take and powder, and then of course a little bit of blush is a favorite. So I'm using my eyeshadow brush. I actually use our Cupcake eyeshadow to set under my eyes, and I don't take much. I do not put on a bunch of loose powder for it and then brush it off. I don't do that. Oh, I forgot to contour my nose. We don't want to forget that. But I do cover the whole under eye triangle of brightener. That I have found has kept it from creasing as much as it has before. It also keeps it there all day and it doesn't show the color underneath. So here quickly, I'm going to contour my nose. And I will blend it out a little bit more. And there we go. There you have it. That is the very basic of basic. I have done a lot of talking in a normal day. I can have my whole basic hack done in about 10-15 minutes, depending on interruptions like my children. So I hope you enjoyed. I'm going to throw on a little bit of lip conditioner yet, and just the teeniest smidge of my favorite mascara. Now, we don't carry mascara, so it is, my favorite is the Rimmel London Lash Accelerator. I got the Endless this time. because it also has fibers. But I have found that this mascara has helped my lashes grow immensely. I used to have such short, stubby little lashes. And there we go. So this is your fabulous, yet low-key summer look with the buff brush. And one day I will come and I will do my whole fancy routine with my vibrant eyeshadows and everything like that. There will be so many more videos to come. I have so much inspiration, but I wanted to start off simple. I wanted to show you the basics. Oh yes, a little blush if you must. I just take the highlighting end and along the top. I don't usually forget things like this until I do a video. So thank you for bearing with me as I get used to making YouTube videos. It was great to have you here. I hope you enjoyed. If you are interested at all, please reach out and I will give you more information. Believe me, you don't have to get any of this stuff. Just you watching is something that makes my day. So I appreciate your watching this video and I will see you again. Bye.